Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be here. I'm Magada Miriam, and I'm a Ugandan profession bird guide with over 20 years of experience guiding ornithologists and nature travelers across Uganda and East Africa. I'm the founder and managing director of Lambano Moment, and we trade as Moments Beyond Borders. This is a family-owned company dedicated to sustainable and experiential travel. I built my foundation through working with Uganda Wildlife Authority, and I gained strong experience in protected areas and biodiversity management. And through our specialist brand, which is Africa Birding Moments, we design authentic and conservation-focused birding watching experiences. We are travel life partners, so we integrate sustainability, environment, stewardship, community empowerment in every itinerary or package that we create for our clients. We specialize in endemic, rare birds, and unique ecosystems of the Albertine region, guiding clients from Europe, America, Australia, Scandinavia, Spain, and meaningful transformative journeys. So where is Uganda that I'm going to talk about? I'm going to be talking about Uganda as a nation, although I'm a tour operator. Uganda lies across the equator, and so I say, welcome to the Pearl of Africa. Uganda is a delightful destination. We are warm and inviting atmosphere, a place to experience, not just to visit. We are warm and friendly people, and we welcome every person. The country has a diverse culture that is reflected in vibrant music, dance, the food, the dressing, the tradition that is across the whole country. As I said, we lie across the equator, so we have an agreeable, warm climate, which is ideal for travel and outdoor experiences year-round. We've got majestic natural features that includes rolling savannas, mountains, lakes, rivers, and powerful falls. We've got a rich wildlife, and this thrives all through the protected areas and the natural landscapes throughout the whole country. So our nature and culture and hospitality forms that perfect harmony that you can experience when you come to Uganda. Our immersive travel experience and can evoke your emotions, curiosity, and discovery. So you'll be able to have authentic encounters with nature, wildlife, culture, and the local communities. So these extra journeys are not simply sightseeing, but designed to create that deep, meaningful connections. So the lasting memories can be shaped through adventure, storytelling, and genuine interaction with the people. And you'll be part of the story, a destination that stays with you long after you've returned home. You'll start carry those memories. So where is this Uganda that I'm talking about? We lie across the equator, and we are right in the middle of Africa. We lie in East Africa along the equator. Sudan is just to our north. Kenya is on the east. DRC on the west. Tanzania and Rwanda to the south right here. As you can see on the map, Uganda is approximately to the size of the UK. And the surface area is about 241,338 square kilometers. But 85% is land and 15% is water. Okay. For the bird watchers, Uganda, this is how the country looks like. We've got 34 important bird areas. And the greener areas that you are looking at, these are national parks, they are forests or reserves. I've just mentioned a few, like Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, where you see the gorillas. Queen Elizabeth National Park, that has the Kazinga Channel, good for hippos, the big five. We have Semliki. We have Kibale National Park for the chimps. We've got Maction Falls that has the biggest world waterfall. Lake Imburo is good for guided walks. And then Mabamba is where you'll see the shoebill stock, which is the highest attraction. So when we look at the birds of Uganda, Uganda has 1,088 bird species, and 80% are resident species, 20% are recorded as migrants, 137 species are palearctic migrants, and 54 species are intra-Africa migrants, so they migrate within Africa. Okay, key species of birds to be seen in Uganda that you cannot miss. The great blue turako, the green-breasted peter. With this one, you have to come at a certain time of the year to be able to see it. That is June to August, when it's breeding and displaying, so much easier to see it. The shoebill stork, the grouse warbler, and the finfoot. These can be easily be seen. So why Uganda has a wealth of birds? It's the location. Uganda lies onto that confluence of the vegetation zone where the East Africa, West, and then the northern arid region. So when those three come together, each region has its own bird species. So now you are able to see lots of birds in Uganda. And we lie along the Albertine Rift Valley. When you look at, just a minute, oops. Along the green where you are seeing, that is the Albertine Rift Valley that I'm talking about. Oops, sorry. So the Albertine Rift Valley is Africa's richest area in terms of overall endemic and threatened species. So 35 of African biodiversity is found within that region that I've been showing you, and has more diverse habitat on the continent. Uganda has diversity of habitats, forests, swamps, and these are the main areas for attraction. And most of those forests lie within the Congo area. And so it gives us a lot of bird species. Now, to mention a few, we have snow-capped mountains like the Rwenzori. People wonder how Rwenzori has snow throughout the year, yet it lies across the equator. We have rainforests, we have wetlands, we have semi-arid areas, open waters, savanna plains, and woodlands. So that gives us a wealth of birds. So why should one choose Uganda as a birding destination? I've just explained about the location, about the habitats. So Uganda has rich biodiversity, rich habitats, and the hospitality creates that unmatching birding for our clients. Birdwatching is in a compact but scenic country. As I told you, we are almost the size of UK. And we celebrate to be the home of the shoebill and the elusive green-breasted peter. We've got an exceptional diversity, as I said, 1,088 recorded bird species. And this boosts the richest checklist of the world. And Uganda represents the bird species that we have is 50% of Africa birds. We've got more birds per square kilometer. Right when you arrive in Entebbe, before you get onto your hotel, we're already showing you birds. So that gives us a world-class birding experience. The Albertine region that I showed you has 41 bird species, but Uganda has 26 Albertine Rift endemics that are found in Uganda. And 23 out of the 26 are in Bwindi. So if you come to Bwindi for gorilla tracking, you'll be able to stay for more nights to look at those Albertine Rift endemics. These birding areas are accessible to very difficult species that you can't find anywhere. Uganda has improved its infrastructure, accessible roads, proper trails, tracks, and internet connection is everywhere. So when you're in Uganda, you can still communicate to your families. We've got a rich destination in terms of wildlife, the big five. We've got the primates, gorillas, chimps, about 30 species of monkeys, butterflies, reptiles, We've got a rich culture, as I said before, and the landscape is very beautiful for photographers. A remarkable diversity of habitats, the mountain, the rainforests, plain savannas, open waters, wetlands. These are areas for breeding for the birds, habitats for the animals. And as I said, we are lying across the equator, so it gives us a favorable climate year-round, which is good for visitors and for viewing of the animals. So we've got trained guides, the local site guides, national, international, and women birders. I'm here, I'm also a women birder. And we've got different kinds of local guides who speak different language. So you shouldn't be worried. Once you come down home, you'll be able to get a Spanish guide. You'll be able to get an Italian guide. You'll be able to get a German guide. So sustainability practices that support habitat protection and community involvement. The government is putting an emphasis on that. So who should choose Uganda for birding experiences? Specialized birding groups, hardcores, we welcome you. Casual birders, hobbyists, researchers, and photographers. Small private groups, tours between 6 and 12 people. We are really emphasizing on small group because we are looking at sustainability, protecting this environment. And then serious listers and conservation-minded travelers. Why Uganda leads Africa in birding tourism? As I've said before, exceptional birding diversity. That 1,088 bird species within that compact but accessible destination. Then the Albertine Rift endemics that I already explained, global hotspot for Albertine Rift endemics, that is not found anywhere. Then the diverse and well-preserved habitats. Those wetlands, the lakes, the forests, they're all under conservation and protected area management. Professional guiding excellency. We have a network of guides, as I explained before. So the high quality of birding experiences across the destination. When you reach, you'll still have a guide. Our guides can sight birds, they know the calls. So exclusive birding leadership, as I said, we are training youths, we are training ladies. And 3 years back, we hosted the first international conference of women birders. Strong birding infrastructure, the lodges have been improved in all key birding sites. The routes are well documented, so they are reliable birding information. And of course, the global market credibility, the presence of Uganda birding companies at major international bird fairs, as even today, I'm here to represent Uganda. So we are recognized worldwide. So as I told you, conservation-focused birding in Uganda has been my topic today. So we are giving priority to responsible travel, habitat protection, and community involvement. There is no way we can continue birding if we don't involve the local people who are around these protected areas. The government is supporting conservation through sustainable tourism, ensuring lasting benefits for the wildlife, the birds, and the local communities. And as I've said, the diverse ecosystem is all protected. Albertine Rift forests of Bwindi, Kibale, Mabamba wetland, the savanna of Maction Falls, and Queen Elizabeth. All these areas are protected to ensure there is sustainability and future survival of these birds and animals. Birding is being protected as a conservation tool to ensure the critical habitats are protected through responsible tourism. Yes, there's that seamless combination of experiences where you can combine birding with the primates, with the big five, with the dramatic landscape to take photos. And then you have an opportunity to see those rare bird species like the shoebill, green-breasted peter, African grey broadbill, and many Albertine rift endemics. So most of them are restricted in the environment and less sensitive to disturbances, so we take a lot of caution. So sustainability birding practice in Uganda, as I told you, we are into sustainability as a government. So we do low-impact birding where we keep respectful distances away from birds, especially nesting and rare species. We limit the playbacks, flash photography, and crowding. That's why we are talking about small groups. We avoid crowding to make sure the environment is protected and our clients are getting quality services. So staying on established trails to protect the fragile habitats. Most of the time we stay on those designated trails. Species and habitat protection, we really give priority to threatened, endemic, and the habitat specialist birds. We support habitat conservation through park fees and permits. So every money that you give goes to conservation, goes to salaries for the rangers, goes to maintaining the infrastructure, and 20% goes to the local communities that are surrounding the protected areas. And we do not bird everywhere because we need to keep it fragile, so we go to important bird areas or forest reserves. We put emphasis on support to the local communities, so we use local bird guides and community-run lodges. When we use the local guides, we are supporting the communities. And the guides are in these areas, and they know where the bird species are being found. We ensure tourism income benefits people living near the bird habitats, so they have a sense of belonging. We encourage conservation as a livelihood, not just as an idea. So everybody knows this is our resource. Contributing to conservation knowledge, we do recording. We are encouraging ladies now, we've gone into recording, co-responsibility on eBird. We share data that helps scientists monitor the bird population. We raise awareness about conservation and challenges that face these birds. And then the ethical travel mindset, those small groups, to reduce pressure on the ecosystem. Leave no trace principle in forests and wetlands and savannas, so we encourage you to come with a refillable water bottle that we are not littering. And educate travelers about why these rules exist. So we always educate you before you come, when you are traveling, and even after. So, birding time. What is the best birding time in Uganda? You can do birding, you can do animal watching throughout the year. As I told you, we are across the equator. However, there are those specific times when it's best, and that is the dry season between December and February, then June to September or October. That is when the skies are bright and birds are active, perfect for photography. Typical Uganda birding tour runs for 2 to 3 weeks, and within that travel window, you can be able to see 300 to 600 bird species through sight and call. So, I've talked much about the birding, but Uganda is not only about birds. Let's look at something else. Uganda is a primate capital of Africa. It is an area where travelers encounter primates in one journey. Silver meets the gold. Silver is the golden monkey. The gold is the gorillas, so gorillas and chimps. So within that short package, you can be able to see that. So gorilla permits are intentional, and they are limited to protect the gorillas and the habitats. Access is strictly controlled by having 8 visitors allowed per family of the gorillas because they are endangered and the ecosystem is very, very sensitive. So that experience itself is brief, but deeply emotional and truly unforgettable. I have a few friends of mine who have been to Uganda. They can attest to that. So Uganda beyond the big 5. I know everybody is asking me about the big 5. you will see the big 5. But there are those who want to see elusive species like the pangolin, African golden carp, the adivac. So we design for them to have those meaningful encounters. Living culture experiences. Uganda has a diversity of culture, about 56 tribes. So through that, you can have music, dance, cuisines, storytelling that you experience and connect directly to the African soul. The landscape that inspires adventure. Uganda has a diverse landscape, right from the Rwenzori Mountain to the hot springs. Beautiful mountains like Mountain Erigon, the Magahinga volcanoes, shores of Lake Victoria, the culture diversity. So you can study this by hiking the mountains, culture immersion, wellness, and slow travel. This time we are encouraging slow travel. As I told you, in Uganda, it's not simply visiting, but experiencing. We want you to sink in. So we are promoting slow travel for you to have those experiences. Hiking and guided nature walks. Uganda offers some of the African most rewarding hiking and guided nature experiences. So you blend up the landscapes with rich biodiversity, the culture encounters. You walk through the ancient forests, mist mountains, savannas, crater lakes, along expert local guides who know nature, so they will be able to explain to you. And these are the areas where you can experience that, like Bwindi Impenetrable, the forest walks. In Rwenzori National Park, you can have multiple days, or you can hike up if you're an experienced hiker. We have got Mountain Erigon, these are national parks, gentle hikes. Kibale Forest and Bwindi, these are guided forests and wetland nature walks. We've got those boat trips and wetland tours. As you can see, that one is Maction Falls. So on the lakes, rivers, wetlands, you can be able to experience boat experiences to see wildlife, bird viewing, at a slow pace for photographers, for relaxation, and then discover the rich aquatic systems. And as you can see D, those are Kazinga Channel. You can see B, that is Bwindi, and A is also Bwindi. So in those other areas, you can be able to experience a lot of animal viewing. So where do you stay? That is the first question somebody tells you. I've talked about the beauty, but where does somebody stay? So we have hand-picked lodges, and all our lodges have comfort, character, and connected to the nature. Most of the lodges are within the nature. So as a bird watcher, the moment you come out of bed, you're able to sight an animal. Within the nature, you can have the view of the Kazinga Channel. From your room, you can see elephants, you can see buffaloes. So we've got different types of lodges, luxury and boutique lodges that are elegant, designed within the environment. We have safari and wellness lodges. These are set within the national park or outside the national park. They're warning me. So those are the different lodges that we have. Quickly, what are the facilities? We have spacious ensuites, we have restaurants, we have bars, swimming pools, we have Wi-Fi, guided activity. Uganda is coming up as a MICE destination, so you'll be able to have the conference, the audio, the team building. And of course, when you are tired after a hard day work, you can go for your spa to wind up your tiredness, and you can relax. I've been warned I have a few minutes. How do you get to us? That is how you can book through our emails, our telephone numbers. You can go on our website. We are Travel Life partners. Yes, Uganda is more than a destination. It's an experience that connects you to nature, adventure, and authentic culture. Come explore Uganda. Come and discover Uganda. Come and feel Uganda. For more information, we are at booth 314. Thank you so much for your audience. Thank you much for listening to me. And a great thank you for the organizer for giving me the opportunity to talk about Uganda. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Magda, for showing us Uganda, or nature of Uganda.
Thank you.
¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta? ¿Queréis preguntar algo sobre la charla o sobre Uganda? Si tenéis en mente ir para allá. Sí.
Español, inglés, ¿cómo? Sí. Yeah, any question? I know that you are building a big road and a big a pipeline for petrol going to Murchison Falls.
Yeah.
How it will affect to the habitats over there?
I think there has been environment impact assessment that has been done. So I think government is handling it in that way. You know, many times when there is development, it always counterfeits the wildlife. And there are certain things that the government would have put in place to do that development. So that is how it is. But at least there has been an environment impact assessment to see the concentration of animals within that area is more or less than what is on the northern side. When you look at it, more animals are onto the northern side than into the southern side. Yeah. Have I answered you?
Yes, thank you.
Any other question?
¿Alguna más? Pues nada, damos un aplauso. Volvemos a las 4 aquí, ¿vale? Thank you.
You're welcome.